Tombstones, tents, dinghies, and more. I'm Benny, and this is yet another 8 Windrose tips. As always, some of these may seem very obvious, but can easily be overlooked by even those of us with hundreds of hours of experience. If you haven't seen the previous tips videos, there should be links to those down in the description below. So for tip number 1, did you know you can fast travel from your ship or your dinghy? It's surprising how many people didn't know that. And so I think it's definitely worth mentioning for those of you that don't know it. Just get into your boat or dinghy or whatnot, and you're just going to go to your map and choose any fast travel point on the map. Your dinghy will travel with you. There it is over there. And of course you can do the same thing with your ship. That was pretty cool. All right. So here I'm at the ship, and you do have to be at the wheel at the time. Hit map. And let's take her back home. And there you have it. There she is. And here we are. Tip number 2 comes courtesy of Longsword 814, who says, if your rested bonus has run out while exploring on land, just go to the water and call your ship. Once aboard, it'll give you the rested bonus of your highest base. So here we're going to go on the ship and go ahead and travel somewhere else. We're away from our base completely, and you can see the effect. So we're going to go ahead and I'll take it out over here. All right. Now, this base has a rested level, if you can see down there, of comfort of 18. I do have a little base here. But 18 is not my highest comfort level. I'll swim out to the ship. And now you'll see that I am resting place, comfort level 34. So I just jump on my ship, get my rested buff back. And there I have a 49-minute rested buff to work with from my main base, even while I'm out exploring. Now, there has been a myth passing around that if you came too close to a resting place that was lower, you would lose your buff. And that's just not true. As you can see, I am standing here at a comfort level 18, but my buff timer has not changed. It's still counting down from that 49 minutes. Now, if it did count down to the point where the 18 took over, then it would stop there. It would stop counting down. But otherwise, it does not replace your current buff. And for tip number 3, did you know you can save yourself with your dinghy? I mean, it may seem obvious. Again, some of these are what seems very obvious, but let's say you're out in the water, your ship just sank, and you're going to drown. Go ahead and hit K and call your boat. You can do it from in the water and then jump right on your boat, and there you've been saved from drowning. Now, if your ship just sank, again, you don't have to try to paddle all the way home or sail all the way home. All you have to do is hit your map button and fast travel back to your nearest fast travel bell. For tip number 4, AJ Restoration writes, you can own more than one boat. If you have a low-level player and want to go into a naval battle, summon your other strong ship, and he can set sail on it. So if you have a friend and you want to loan a ship to them, just head on over to the wharf. Got mine here. And you just select it from the list here. So my second strongest ship would be the Water Beetle 2. And we can just hit the recall ship button here. It doesn't need to be your flagship or anything like that. And then you see both ships are at the docks, and all my friend has to do is go over there and jump on that ship there. And I'll jump on mine, and we can sail together off into the distance. Now, quick note, if you like those videos where you do where somebody does restorations of like small vintage items and rusted items and stuff like that, you should totally check out AJ Restoration's channel. I'm going to link it down in the description for you. I lost several hours just watching his videos while I should have been working on this one. So head on over there, take a look at that. Really cool stuff. Anyway, I'm going to cut to when I was sailing on my friend's ship just to show you what that looks like. Josh has this ship pulled up, so we're just going to go ahead and jump on his ship. And I'm free to sail his ship. I cannot, however, access his inventory. I can only steer the ship, but I can steer, I can fire cannons, all that stuff, so I can use his ship, and his inventory is still safe. I'm just going to let that go. So this isn't so much a tip as it is a fun prank you can pull on your friends while you're riding on their ship. So what you're going to do is you're going to get all the way to the front of the ship, as far as you can get. Straighten yourself as much as you can so that you're facing directly forward. And then you're going to summon your ship. That's a fun gag to play on your friends. If you find this video useful, or at least entertaining, please consider liking and subscribing. If you have any tips or tricks that you'd like to share, feel free to put them down in the comments below, or any other random thing for that matter, like random bits of nautical or age of sail knowledge. Go ahead and leave those down below. I love reading that stuff. Tip number 5 has to do with fast travel bells. Now, you may not realize it, but you're only allowed 10 fast travel bells. And that's not per person, that's just the entire map's allowed to have 10 fast travel bells. So even if you're playing with a group, you're still going to be limited to that 10. But as I mentioned earlier, you can use your ship as a one-way fast travel point. So you don't always need to have a bell to bell in order to fast travel. And you can use pre-existing fast travel points on the map. And some of those are going to be like the one at Tortuga or any of the other faction areas. Those will always have those available to you too. And then there's the boss arenas. So you have the 3 boss arenas, you have the faction vendors and Tortuga. So those are all fast travel points you get for free. And that way you can actually build a base. Like I've been building a base here at Tortuga. You'll already have a fast travel point here. You don't need to set up a bell. And yes, you can build into Tortuga. It's a little goofy sometimes, but I've built my base here, right on the end here. If you go and look at this in your game, you'll see there's some trees and stuff over here, and then there's an alleyway back here with a bunch of tents and crates and stuff like that. You can break all those tents and crates, and not all of them in the entire Tortuga, but you can in this area past the edge of the town here. All right, tip number 6 also involves a little bit of fast travel. We're going to go ahead and grab a stack of Homeward Journey here. And we're going to make sure that we have the materials we need to build a tent. And we're going to do that by just putting one down and then destroying it. When we do that, we actually gain the materials used to build the tent. So we have exactly what we need for that. Now we're going to go ahead and set up a makeshift fast travel point. Now you can do this when you're about to go into a dangerous POI by yourself. Obviously the boss battles already have fast travel points set up there. Let's say you want to go in, you're gonna fight some dangerous boar, and you're out in the middle of nowhere. You can go ahead and build a tent and set your revival point. Now you can't sleep in a tent to pass time like you can in a bed, but you can use them as revival points. And this is the point where you come back to if you die. But in addition to that, let's say I don't want to waste a bell, or I want to be way far inland and fast travel. I can set up a tent, set it as my revival point, and then go back to base. And when I'm done at my base, I'm just going to go ahead and use the Homeward Journey. And here I am back at the tent. I'd like to take a moment to mention that if you would like to support the channel, I have several ways of doing so down in the comments below, including links to Windrose server hosting with discounts, and a link to my merch store. You can also buy me a cup of coffee, and use YouTube's super thanks button to leave a tip. I really appreciate it. On to tip number 7. Are there tombstones all over your map, especially in the middle of the ocean? you probably didn't lose anything of value. They're just floating around there. If you're not planning to retrieve that one, or you think it's just a glitch, it's a bug, it's empty, you can remove them from your map. Just go ahead and go to the map and right-click on the death marker. There it is, gone. No need to worry about that anymore. And you just remove the marker. It is still out there. You can see it floating. So if you really did want to go and get it back, you can. And lastly, did you know you can change the view on your ship? So say you want to pull away from the dock and you've got other ships around you and you can't see very well what you're trying to do. You can hit F by default to zoom out away from your ship. Again, this is one of those that I think most people know, but you're still going to keep running into people that didn't realize you could do it. You know, being able to see around your ship, getting into combat, or when you're trying to sail around some tricky docking situation, that kind of thing. Now, when you go to fire, you're going to drop back into that first-person point of view for our, well, cannon view, I guess. And then you'll be back at the helm afterwards. So you can't do it while... you can use it in combat, but you're going to have to toggle back and forth. So you can pop up, then pop back down. It is nice that when you aim from the cannons, you automatically drop into aim view, even if you're already in the other view. So you can just keep hitting F to switch back and forth. I hope I didn't make anybody dizzy there. And then fight as usual. And that's all there is to it. Just a reminder that no AI was used in the making of this video. Thanks to my channel members, as always. You know I appreciate you. Hopefully there will be more outtakes and other random gameplay coming to the members-only section soon. Thanks for watching. Hope you have a great day. Benny out.